Hi, my name is Jamie, and I'm here to do my informative speech on life insurance, and my audience is
Joy.
Jason.
Brian.
Marlene.
John.
Marvell.
Okay, so I chose the information on life insurance just because it's such a hard topic that no one really wants to discuss. We all try to avoid it, but we all know that it's natural, and unfortunately we're all going to have to deal with it one day. So I'm going to go over through the two main topics of life insurance just to kind of get a broader idea of what it is and how it does affect people. So the first insurance that is the typical insurance is term insurance. With term insurance, it is a term policy, but when they call it term, it's because it only lasts for a certain amount of time. And a lot of people do not understand that. So when they get the insurance, they see, wow, this is such a great price, but overall, it goes up over time. So as you age, the insurance prices go up. So for a person that is, gets to that, let's say the age of 55, and it will increase in 5-year age bands. Well, let's say when they're 75, they were maybe paying $20 a month, and now they're paying $120. At 75, can we really afford that? But it is a good insurance to have in the beginning, because it is assurance that you can get a lot of insurance for a cheaper price. The difference with term also is that it does not build cash value. So it's kind of like car insurance. It's there if you need it, but overall, if something was to happen to you, it would obviously pay out, but it's not going to give you anything if you cancel the policy. You just put your money into it and that's it. But like I said, term insurance is a great thing and nothing's wrong with it. It's just, for a long expectancy, it can affect, on if you can afford it later on in life. Now with the permanent whole life insurance, that is a whole life policy. Some companies call it permanent, some companies call it whole life, but overall it is the same thing. With permanent life insurance, it does build cash value. So it's more like owning something other than just renting or having something just to secure. It's something that you actually put money into and you can get money back if you do need it down the future. Now another thing with permanent life insurance, it does not increase. So if you're 55 and you get that policy for $20.15, that rate is going to stay the same your entire life. So there is no surprises when you get older. If all of a sudden at 75 the insurance does increase to 120, you already know you're going to be able to afford it. So that's the really great thing about permanent life insurance. Now there's also an accidental death that can go on to with it. Now with term and permanent life, obviously it does cover if there is an accident, but sometimes you do need more coverage because with accidents it can happen at any age. Just with same as with natural causes, but with accidents it's a huge effect. So there is an accidental death that usually you can put on as a rider or anything like that, just to kind of give you that little bit more of a coverage. So with all that information that I just got, that is actually from the Florida School of Insurance, which I did take that insurance, that testing and everything like that. So that's where I got that information. So a lot of people do not understand from what they can afford from now until later. Just about 2 weeks ago, I got a call from a 75-year-old woman that purchased life insurance because no one explained to her what term insurance was. She was devastated. She was crying on the phone. I felt so bad, and there was nothing I could do. The only thing I could do is explain to her, okay, well, we can change your insurance, but her rate then was still going to go higher. She only had, I think, like a $7,000 policy, and we all know that, with death, with funeral costs, it does cost a lot more money than that. So according to the Law Dictionary, funerals do cost anywhere between $3,000 to $20,000, depending on the type of the type that you choose, either cremation or a full burial. Now, when people don't have life insurance, it can put a huge burden on your family, obviously, because people have to take out loans, they have to pull out their 401ks, they have to pull out whatever they possible they can to make sure that they do pay those funeral costs. Because if you don't have the money, at that point they start pulling things. They will find a family member, no matter what. It could be someone that you haven't even spoken to in 15 years. They will find that place and they will pull the money from them somehow. because someone does have to pay for the funeral costs for that. Now, according to the Life Information Institute, only 57% of all people were covered by a type of life insurance in 2014. That's it. So all the rest of those people did not have any insurance at all. And that, of course, does put a huge burden on your family. So as you can see how important life insurance is, I know it is a tough subject, but the thought of losing a loved one and finding out a way to pay for their final expenses will make it even harder. So thank you guys very much for taking the time to listen to my speech.